COVID-19 pandemic. Is it nature's way of slowing down the world? In any case, there are important lessons to learn from COVID-19. We will get into that later. Whatever happens in life, I always try to learn from it. Life is the best school and teacher. It teaches a lot of things, and we will get a lot of benefit from it if only we are observant and pay attention to it. COVID-19 pandemic is a dreadful event that has caused much misery in the world. I feel sad about the people who have suffered from this, and I hope they recover to their full health as soon as possible. But when I pondered over this pandemic, I was wondering, was this nature's way of slowing down the world? Subsequently, the scenario that came to my mind is as follows. Before this pandemic, the world seemed to be going at a very fast pace. First, most people were running amok in the fastest pace possible. They were consumed in the search for unlimited money, power, and fame, sort of selfish and self-centered. Time was flying, and before we could blink, a new year was springing up. Secondly, most people hardly spent any quality time with their family and friends at home. They scarcely spent a quiet morning or evening at home, taking the time to improve themselves or do creative things. Also, older people leading the younger generation with higher values was becoming extinct. Thirdly, most people were having careless relationships with other people indiscriminately. No stopping and thinking, is this wise? Also, no questions like, will this drink or drug ruin my mind and life? Just do it and don't care about anything seemed to be the motto. And finally, there was total lack of concern about environment, that is the air, earth, and ocean. Gigantic quantities of non-biodegradable material was dumped everywhere, especially in the ocean. Most people did not care that the earth, air, and ocean were becoming extremely polluted and ecologically unsafe and even dangerous. Well, this was sort of the status before the outbreak of COVID-19. There were also a lot of good things going on, but life was rushing at a very fast pace. And so, it seems as though nature was fed up with the condition and this mad rush of this world. It seems that nature was patient and waited for people to get smart and realize for themselves that they need to slow down and change their lifestyle. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Nature gave small lessons here and there, but most people did not listen or learn, and they did not change the way they lived. So it seems as though nature said, enough is enough. Now I have to take full control and slow down the world while teaching the world some lessons at the same time. And what did nature do? It unleashed a very tiny, minuscule virus into the world, which resulted in a pandemic. And such a pandemic seems to be the only way when the lifestyle and attitudes and values of the whole world need to be affected and changed. So, nature did something in the most ingenious way that made several things happen at the same time in the whole world. They are as follows. The main and most important thing nature did was that it made the world stop in its track, and it brought the world's activities to almost a standstill. People were forced to slow down and spend more time at home, whether they were billionaires, celebrities, or just common people. No one was spared. Everyone was treated equally. You see, viruses have no bias or prejudice. Also, nature brought us humility. It made the most conceited persons who thought they were greater than God recognize how really insignificant and helpless they are. That too against a microscopic, minuscule parasite. Even the most wealthy, influential, or famous person cannot do anything about it. So, these are the things that nature accomplished in order to slow down the world, make the people see the errors of their way of living, make them understand cleanliness and other good values of life, and to make people understand that they don't have to go in a mad rush and be consumed by useless activities in order to be happy, prosperous, and healthy. So, how should we practice the lessons learned from COVID-19 pandemic? First, we should carry on the good cleanliness habits. We should wash our hands with soap and water whenever reasonably necessary. Next, we should be careful about physical contacts and relationships with other people. Also, really, there is no need to shake hands with everyone to say hello or even to complete a deal. This may seem a little extreme, but such extreme measures become necessary under pandemic conditions. Also, we should slow down our activities outside the home that are not really essential and spend more time at home. We should spend quality time with our family and friends. The other thing to do is to stop being dependent on our cell phones all day. We should use our cell phone prudently, and we should not waste our time and energy in matters that don't help us in any way. We should spend our time doing creative and useful activities that can be fun too. Also, we should be conscious and aware of the ecology of the world. We should try to use biodegradable products as much as possible. We must learn to recycle products that cannot be absorbed by the earth. Finally, we should learn to be humble. We should not be conceited about ourselves and what we have. We should understand that anything can happen to us and our lives in a split second. And while we should take good care of ourselves, we should learn to be a little unselfish and care about others too. To summarize, in order to protect ourselves in the future from any virus and keep the world safe, healthy, and happy, we should practice the lessons that COVID-19 pandemic taught us, even after everything gets back to normal. And what are the best guides for this? The best guides for this are common sense and being smart. We are creatures of habit, so we keep doing the same things over and over again. So, in order to lead a smart life, we have to make conscious effort and carefully and knowingly change our habits. We should ponder over these things and decide what is really good for us. Then good results will follow. Ignorance can perhaps be excused, but stupidity cannot be easily excused. So, let's be smart and lead a healthy and happy life.